Whomsoever I have met in my life, my friends, my relatives, my parents, anyone, everyone, almost everyone has said me that you confuses us. It is very difficult to understand your personality. You are an enigmatic personality because what you were the previous day, you are not the same person today. But this is not the case with an ordinary person, because an ordinary person lives with the ideology of first impression is last impression. An ordinary person thinks that you have to give such an impression which is going to stay longer in the minds of the those who get your impression. And till the last moment, that impression will remain intact in the mind of those who have taken your impression. That's why an ordinary person believes that give best impression of yours to others so that others may think good about you till the last moment. But what I think is, in my opinion, first impression is last impression only in those people who don't have patience, in those people who don't have guts to see the dynamic changing behavior of a human being, who don't have dynamic brain, who have only stagnant brain, who are stagnant people, who are orthodox people. Only for them first impression is last impression. But for people who have dynamic brain, who have guts to see the changes in behavior, who have patience to wait and see each changing behavior, who have tolerance to tolerate each behavior, only for those people first impression is only first impression, not the last impression. And for those people every impression is a new impression. Do you like stale food? Do you like food which has been made 4 days ago and you are continuously eating that food for 4 days, and today also you want to eat that food? Do you like that? If so, then for you don't like change in food, you don't like change of taste, you want to have that food only, so it is fine for you. First impression may be last impression, because in your own food if you can't see the change, then how can you able to see the change in the impression of a human being? Take an example. If I give you newspaper of today, fine, you will read it. But if I give you tomorrow the newspaper of today only, then you will say okay, no problem, give me, okay. Maybe newspaper has not come, new newspaper has not come, that's why you are giving me previous day's newspaper. Okay, then again, suppose day after tomorrow also I give you today's newspaper, then what? Then you will feel some disgusting emotion towards the stale newspaper of 2 days ago. You want to read a fresh new newspaper. So if you want a change in newspaper, with every new day you need a fresh newspaper to read. With every new meal you need a fresh new meal to eat. Then why can't you have patience to see every new impression from an ordinary person, from a human being, from a person? Why do you say that first impression is the last impression then? Because in reality you also loves changes in your food, in your newspaper. With every moment of life you need change. Then why can't you gather tolerance to see change in another person? And the person who is dynamic, who is changing, can never make you feel disgusting, can never make you feel abhor. That person will always keep your mind fresh, because your mind also not stagnant or static. Your mind is also changing thoughts every second. Right from the first second of the video, when you are listening my video, you were having definitely a thought, but now onwards, now you are definitely not having that same thought which you were having in the very first second of my video. You only observe your own mind. I am saying the truth, you just observe your own mind. So first impression is last impression is for only those people who don't have patience and tolerance to see the change, to see the dynamic world. I was in a helpless position once, so I messaged a girl for help. She must be and she was an introvert girl, and usually often she used to panic. So that girl messaged me that day that my boyfriend don't like you to message me again and again, but I messaged her only once. But I understood that she is an introvert girl and she often get panic, so it's okay. And then again and again, means she was my classmate. Every day we used to see each other, and we don't had conversation because she messaged me that day that I was having boyfriends and my boyfriend doesn't like yours messaging me again and again. So I thought that it's safe, it's better for her and for me also to abstain from talking to each other. It's better for both of us. But one day again, I had an urgent work from that girl. Now we were known to each other because we daily see each other in the class. We were used to study together in a class. Now that day she helped me. So this shows what? If I were of opinion that first impression is last impression, then from the very first message that she girl has messaged me, I would have developed an impression for that girl throughout my life, that that girl is not interested in talking me, is not interested in helping me, is wanted to sideline me. But I take first impression as a first impression only, not a last impression. So I also thought what would be the reason behind her message. Then I found that she is an introvert girl and she often get panic. And had I were of opinion that first impression is last impression, then that day when I was seeking help, then I would not have approached that girl again. But I was not of opinion that first impression is last impression. I am of opinion that every impression is a new impression. And yes, not only that girl, everyone is changing, everyone is dynamic. So sometimes other person may make you feel bad, may make you feel isolated, and sometimes the same person may help you, the same person may make you feel happy, joyful, and every moment you will have new experience with the same person. Mark my words, every moment with the same person you are going to have new experience if you are dynamic and changing. So only people of patience and tolerance to see changes and adopt changes are able to see every impression as a new impression. Otherwise, people will stay on the notion that first impression is the last impression. Subscribe if you find this video helpful and share this video.